This is big breaking emergency news. Riots have broken out. Cars are being burned and buildings are being damaged right now. And this is due to massive protests that are happening. Let's get into the details here really quick, guys. Please just hit that like and hit that subscribe. I'm posting multiple videos a day, keeping you guys updated on this big urgent news, and it just helps to get these warnings out. I appreciate that. So this is what's going on right now, and we are seeing these groups pop up wearing all black. They have their faces covered, and they are causing chaos and burning cars. And the authorities are nowhere to be seen right now. The police, nobody is stopping this. They are allowing them to operate out in the open and destroy property. And this is going to spread. It's in one city right now, but this is going to spread to multiple other cities as things progress, right? As time goes on, especially once Trump gets in and as it gets closer to inauguration time, I think we are going to see more of these protests. We're already seeing a lot of resistance, even from people like mayors and officials. But this is what's going on right now in Montreal, Canada. All right, this is right north of Vermont. This is right on the border with Vermont. This is only a little over an hour from Burlington. This is right here. This is one of the major cities that people go to in this part of the country, in New England. And Montreal is on fire right now, right? They are having these massive, quote, protests, which are essentially riots, where they are burning buildings and cars, all right, and causing massive damage. And right now, the Canadian Prime Minister Trudeau, he is actually at a Taylor Swift concert right now, right? He is doing this over the weekend while these protests are happening. So I know that sounds kind of insane in like an alternate reality, but the Prime Minister of Canada is at a Taylor Swift concert on the other side of the country while these massive riots are happening in Montreal. And they're also having a big NATO meeting in Montreal right now too. There's hundreds of officials from all over the world that are there right now, and that's part of the reason they're saying why these protests slash riots are happening, right? And he even posted a video of himself dancing to Taylor Swift at this concert. This is insane, right? And he is in Toronto right now at this concert, which is over 300 miles away from Montreal and almost 300 miles from Ottawa as well too, the capital, right? What is this guy doing? This is insane. Absolutely insane what's going on here. This is like an alternate reality, having the Prime Minister dance here. I'm sorry to laugh, but it's insane when you see what's going on in Montreal right now. And shouldn't he be in Montreal for this meeting, right? This NATO meeting? I don't even understand what exactly is going on here, but this is going to spread, right? This pops up in every major city in the West all the time, in the US and Canada. And this is right here on the border of the US as well too. This is like right there, pretty much in the US, right here. And these groups just pop up all over the place. Let me know what you think down below. What's going on with these groups? Are they organic? Are they being funded? Are they being bussed in? What's going on here? And I think we're going to see these groups activated more in big cities inside the US. We've already seen them activated a few times, and there's been mass arrests as well too in places like Seattle, and there's actually multiple arrests here of people that were setting things on fire and smashing windows, all this stuff. And it also says here that people were throwing, quote, small explosive devices and metal items at officers, right? That's what's also being reported at police officers, potentially things like firecrackers, fireworks, small things like that. They're throwing them at police officers. And it's also being reported here that the police have deployed chemical irritants and conducted crowd dispersal maneuvers to regain control of certain areas of Montreal. And 3 protesters were arrested for allegedly assaulting police officers and obstructing police work. And it says here that, according to flyers posted on social media, the protests were organized by, quote, Divest for Palestine, which is a, quote, anti-capitalist group describing itself as a collective of citizens, activists, and civil society groups involved in Palestinian struggle. All right, so we saw a similar protest slash riot like this, and it was organized by a very similar group as well too. This was happening just a few weeks ago in the US. So these things keep happening. I think we're going to see a lot more of this as Trump gets into office, okay? And if you guys remember, there were insane riots when he was in office slash protest, okay? And certain places, Minneapolis, they were burned, right? Entire neighborhoods burned down, businesses, and we could potentially see things like that happen again. And they're not even arresting people for that, for lighting cars on fire and destroying buildings and spray painting everything. They were arrested for assaulting police officers, which is bad too, right? But it seems like they're not even arresting people for the damage and the chaos that they're causing. They're just kind of managing it and making sure it doesn't get too close to this NATO summit. All right, so let me know what you guys think down below. Please just hit it up for me down there. It just helps to get these warnings out so people know. And it's winter time as well too, all right? So it's cold, especially at night. A lot of these protests happen at night. So it's kind of slow right now. But I think by maybe next summer, next spring, 2025, we could really see a lot of these groups activated, these paid protest groups that are organized. They're funded, a lot of them. I'm not saying this one is specifically, but a lot of them are. And a lot of them, maybe they start out organically. They have some people, and then these groups come in and bust people in. They bust in a ton of people and agitators to get things riled up. And a lot of times when these arrests are made, they're from out of state, right? I've reported on these dozens of times. Even over the past few years, there's been a ton of protests, even when Biden has been in. And a lot of these riots have been going on. And most of the time, the people arrested are from out of state or from out of town. And they came in there for some reason. They came to the city or the spot to agitate and cause chaos. And they're one of the main people that get in trouble, get arrested. So let me know what you think down below. I hope you're staying safe, staying prepared. Hope you have big blessings for your life and your family. And I hope you have a big old blessed day.